30 starts right now.
First at 5:30, San Antonio police putting the brakes on a series of street takeovers last night by putting several drivers in handcuffs.
Yeah, the people taken into custody now facing charges, and on top of that, their vehicles were impounded. A total of 4 people were arrested, according to SAPD. Each person was at one of 4 separate takeover meetups last night. Those locations were at Broadway and Josephine, Couples Road and Highway 90, the 8200 block of Marbach, and the 2300 block of Southwest Military Drive. They were each stopped leaving those takeovers, which police say is a traffic violation. Plus, during the traffic stop, officers discovered drugs and weapons in the vehicles.
One driver now facing weapons charges and marijuana possession charges. Another is also looking at weapons and possession of a controlled substance charges. The third driver is charged with reckless driving and possession of marijuana, and the fourth was arrested for 12 municipal court warrants. Last night's crackdown comes just as police up in Austin revealed that some of the suspects in a January street takeover there in Austin at an intersection were from San Antonio. And you might also remember that it was back in January that street racers did a takeover along I-10 near Callahan that turned into a shooting and resulted in a multi-car crash. SAPD says they are now turning up the heat on these types of events. The department and Bexar County Sheriff's Office now working together on a joint effort to stop street racing and illegal street takeovers here in the Alamo City.
A family on the city's northeast side forced into the cold after a fire broke out in their home. The heat so intense, it melted siding on the house next door. San Antonio firefighters got to this home in the 100 block of Ashland Drive near Austin Highway just after 11 o'clock last night. 2 people inside were able to get out safely. Despite the heat traveling to the house next door, the fire did not spread to the neighboring house. The cause of that fire still under investigation.
Another fire to tell you about, this one in the 800 block of Caton Avenue near South New Braunfels and Rigsby over on the east side. This one also under investigation tonight. It broke out just after 11:30. The entire front half of that home was engulfed in flames when firefighters arrived on scene. One person inside did make it out safely. Fire crews were able to keep that fire from spreading. They say that home, though, is a total loss. A number of students will be returning to class tomorrow, marking the end of spring break, and students returning to Brennan and Southwest high schools can expect to see more Bexar County Sheriff's deputies patrolling on and around their campuses. That's according to the Sheriff's Office's Facebook page. That post says beginning tomorrow and lasting through the end of the year, members of the School Safety Task Force are beefing up patrols in direct response to gun and drug-related incidents near both high schools. That statement did not offer any specific incidents, but in it, Sheriff Javier Salazar said he would be meeting with both North ISD and Southwest ISD superintendents and police chiefs in an effort to identify district needs.
Charged in connection with the death of her son, baby James, Delaney Chavez is awaiting trial, but her attorney is hoping to have her bond reduced. A motion has been filed and a judge could rule on it tomorrow. Delaney was arrested and charged with tampering with evidence and injury to a child following the discovery of baby James in the West Side trailer where they both lived. Last year, she was sentenced to 5 years in prison on the tampering with evidence charge, but she's waiting for her day in court on the injury to a child charge. Baby James's aunt, Marisol Benavides, says she doesn't deserve any leniency from the justice system.
I think that she needs to stay in there. I hope that she never gets out. She needs to suffer the consequences of this.
Because Chavez has already been sentenced on the tampering with evidence charge, if the judge does approve a bond reduction, she would still remain in jail. We're going on day 3 of unseasonably cold weather, as we all know, and tomorrow those temperatures are actually expected to drop even lower.
The irony here, of course, tomorrow is the first day of spring. Meteorologist Mia Montgomery joining us now with what we need to prepare for tonight. Going into Monday, as a lot of people head back to work and back to school, it's going to be a chilly start, huh?
Yes, exactly. So definitely the coat needed as the kids are headed off to the bus stop tomorrow. Yes, first official day of spring, still feeling like winter with lows in the upper 30s and low 40s. But today, Today, yes, still unseasonably cool, but we had a little treat out there this afternoon. The sunshine decided to make its grand return. Really a beautiful end to the weekend across South Central Texas. Still do have low dew points, so that adds to that comfortableness factor. Right now, we're sitting in the upper 50s officially here in town. If you are stepping out for any Sunday evening plans, do take the long sleeve with you. It will be cool, especially after the sun goes down. We'll transition to the 40s later tonight. And then, yes, tomorrow morning, it is going to be a cold start, upper 30s, low 40s for those morning lows, maybe a stray morning shower. Cloudy skies holding those afternoon highs to the 50s. We do have a warming trend that does take over this week. We'll talk about exactly when coming up in just a few.
All right, thanks, Mia. So we just talked about the official start of spring being tomorrow, but why is March 20th the first day of spring, and what does our seasonal outlook look like going forward? Our Alyssa Cole spoke with our Weather Authority meteorologist, Sarah Spivey, to get those answers.
When we think of springtime, we think of beautiful flowers, vegetation, and greenery. We know the old saying, spring showers bring May flowers. But some of you may be wondering, why does March 20th mark the beginning of spring? Research shows us the vernal equinox, also known as the spring equinox, is a time when the sun is directly over the equator.
In Latin, equinox means equal nights. The Earth starts to tilt a little bit more toward the sun, at least the northern hemisphere does.
The equinox even has a specific time. The sun will be positioned over the equator tomorrow at 4:24 p.m. This spring season, we can expect warmer than average temperatures for the San Antonio area.
Average for that time of year, the high temperature in April is right around 80 degrees on average. Then by June, the average high is 92.
But will the spring rain bring any relief to our area's drought situation?
We can expect, hopefully, normal rain for the months ahead. But as you know, all it takes is one big rain event to see flooding happen in San Antonio, and we often end our droughts with flood.
As we get ready to blossom into a new season of sunshine and rain, it's important to be prepared for severe storms. Download our KSAT weather app to receive the latest updates on weather events happening in our area. Alyssa Cole, KSAT 12 News.
You hear that? That is the music that's still playing down at Market Square in downtown San Antonio. Today, the last day for the annual Tejano Music Awards fanfare. Things kicked off back on Thursday. The free event showcases more than 150 bands in 5 different stages. It's the precursor for the annual Tejano Music Awards show that will take place later this year in the fall. The fanfare wraps up tonight at 10:30, so still plenty of time to get your dance on. Straight ahead on the news at 5:30, a new year and something new to look forward to at this year's King William Fair. What's being offered up to help everyone enjoy the annual Fiesta event despite inflation. It is almost time for Fiesta once again, and this year the King William Fair will be hosting an all-new event involving bite-sized food.
Yeah, today organizers held its inaugural Best Bite Food competition. The King William Association hosted the event for some local guest judges, including our own RJ Marquez. The Best Bite event challenge in this year's food vendors to come up with a new food item that can be eaten in just one bite.
That item must be in one of 2 categories, sweet or savory, and must be less than $5. That will be the price of the items when they are featured during this year's King William Fair.
We have great food, but it's also affordable food, because with inflation this year, some people might think that the fair is out of their price range, but see, there's going to be something for everybody and you can afford it. There's always going to be a great food and a great value with the King William Fair.
Start saving now. One of my favorite events. The King William Fair is April 29th. It kicks off with a parade that you can see right here on KSAT.com. Well, over there at KSAT.com, beginning at 9 o'clock in the morning. We'll have it all for you there.
Now I'm hungry.
Yeah,
looks real good. All right, you know what else looks good? All that beautiful sunshine that we have in place right now. Few clouds still floating across portions of South Central Texas, especially in our far southern counties. But yes, what a nice way to end the weekend. Now, as we head into our Monday, first official day of spring, still has that winter-like feel, but that warming trend is quickly going to take back over. And as those temperatures start to climb, so it is the humidity. That's going to lead to some more morning rounds of patchy fog and drizzle. We'll time all of it out and get to the details for the upcoming week coming up after the break. Well, still unseasonably cool out there this afternoon, despite some of the sunshine that we've been able to find out there. This morning, though, unseasonably cold. We woke up to temperatures in the upper 30s and low 40s across South Central Texas. 43 was that official morning low here in San Antonio. Check out Kerrville. 38 degrees was the wake-up temperature this Sunday. 36, a little jog over to the west in Rock Springs out in Edwards County. But yes, those temperatures have been able to warm just a bit more this afternoon. Another look outside with live cam. A fantastic end to this weekend. Temperatures are in the upper 50s here in San Antonio this 5 p.m. hour. 58 over at Randolph, 57 at Kelly, 59 at Stinson, 58 as well officially over at SA International. Now, I did mention that we still did have a few clouds hanging on, especially the farther south as well as west that you go. You can see how that cloud cover has affected just how high those temperatures have been able to climb here this afternoon. Warmer, where more of those blue skies are in place, especially along and east of I-35, 59 in Gonzales, 58 in Kennedy, but where we have just a few more of those clouds still streaming across the sky. It's a little bit cooler, 54 in Uvalde and 53 over in Del Rio this hour as well. Earlier this morning, especially southwest of town, we had some scattered light rain that was pushing across the region. All of that has fizzled out and we're pretty dry out there. We do still have a few rain chances that are in the forecast though over the next 7 days. We'll get to that in a second, but I do want to talk about this highly advertised warm up that we've been talking about over the past few days. Again, tomorrow still pretty cool out there, only topping off in the low to mid 50s here in town. By Tuesday though, we start to see that warming trend really take effect, around 67 for that daytime high. And then as we head into the Wednesday and Thursday time frame, that's where the 80s quickly return to the forecast before we see a weak front move in Thursday night. That one not going to pack nearly as big of a punch in terms of our temperatures as the one that we've seen last Friday move through. But before we can get there, it is going to be another cold start to the day tomorrow morning. So yes, if the kids are heading back to school after a week of spring break vacation, definitely make sure to send the coat along with them to the bus stop. We're waking up to the upper 30s and low 40s. Around 41 is that forecast low here in San Antonio, 39 in Bandera, 36 in Bernie, 41 over in Floresville. For context, our average morning low for this time of year is about 53 degrees. So yes, much colder than where we should be. A stray shower certainly possible throughout the first half of the day, but generally cloudy skies containing temperatures in the afternoon to the 50s yet again. Now, I did mention those rain chances, especially by Tuesday and Wednesdays. We start to see those temperatures warm. We're also going to start to see the humidity work back in. So daily rounds of fog and drizzle will be possible before we see our next storm chance move in Thursday night as that weak cold front moves in. So here's your future cast for your Monday morning at about 7 a.m. Again, especially across our western counties, we could find a stray light shower or two push farther eastward near about the 10 to 11 a.m. time frame, and then we'll dry things out throughout the second half of the day, but more drizzle is expected to develop Monday night and through the overnight hours. So yes, morning fog and drizzle expected Tuesday through Thursday. You'll feel the humidity in the mornings there as well. Then that storm chance Thursday night. We'll fine tune the details over the next few days. More 80s though on the backside of that and into next weekend.
And more rain, so that's always a plus.
Yes.
Thanks, Mia.
All right, Larry, Spurs back in action tonight, and they'll be seeing someone they're quite familiar with.
Yeah, they face the Atlanta Hawks, and DeJounte Murray is back in town. And in fact, Tim, that game just wrapped up. DJ back in San Antonio, and the fans here didn't boom, I don't think. Plus, in the NFL, the Cowboys made a trade with the Houston Texans. Coming up. The Dallas Cowboys Cowboys made a deal with the Houston Texans today, trading for wide receiver Brandon Cooks. In return, the Texans get a 2023 fifth-round pick and a 2024 sixth-rounder per multiple reports. Cooks spent the last 3 seasons with the Texans, and he wasn't happy they didn't move him at the trade deadline last season. Cooks is 29 years old and entering his 10th NFL campaign. Now, the Texans also locked up left tackle Laramie Tunsil, giving the blind side protector a 3-year deal worth $75 million. The extension reportedly includes $50 million in fully guaranteed money and $60 million in total guarantees, including signing bonuses. Tunsil is the highest paid tackle in the league, as he's set to make $25 million per season. And better yet for Tunsil, he represented himself, so no agent fees. In the XFL, the San Antonio Brahmas are home tonight to host the Arlington Renegades to start a home-and-home series with Bob Stoops and his guys. Arlington is 2-2 this season. The Brahmas are 1-3. With their offensive struggling, head coach Hines Ward is making a change at quarterback, and he will bench Jack Cohn in favor of Reed Sinnott. The Brahmas are back home for Military Appreciation Night, and yesterday after arrival, the team held a meet and greet with some veterans as well as a few other military officials.
It really means everything. I hope everyone that we have here really can grasp in the moment, you know, those times where we try to celebrate those people that go out on the front lines and really hold it down for our country, and also the people supporting those people in the background, you know, and the sacrifices that they have to make in order to, you know, enjoy days like this and games like this.
Brahmas will host the Renegades tonight at 8 at the Alamo Dome. San Antonio FC hit the road for the first time this season to take on Loudoun United, trailing 1-0 in the second half. Ignacio Balloni found the back of the net in the 55th minute. That was San Antonio's only goal as they force a 1-1 draw. Spurs hosting the Hawks today. Dejounte Murray's first trip back to the AT&T Center after he was traded back in June. And Murray came out hot, scoring the first 4 points of the game. Now later on, Murray's going to get caught in a screen, allowing Malachi Branham to get loose for a slam dunk, tying this at 10 and give the assist to Trey Jones. Atlanta led 40-34 after one. Second quarter, more Trey Jones with another sweet bounce pass, this time to Zach Collins for a layup, and they're down 57-50. Atlanta will pull away from there, though, and they go up 83-61 at halftime. Murray led all with 16 in the first half. Third quarter, the Spurs are cooking. Keldon Johnson makes back-to-back three-pointers, and the Spurs are down 95-93 after trailing by as many as 24 points. Hawks led 103-100 after 3. Fourth quarter, Blake Wesley drives in for a layup, and the Spurs go up 115-114, and San Antonio comes back to win 126-118, allowing just 35 second-half points.
When you play that competitively, that physically, good things usually happen. And we got hot from 3 at the same time, got us back in the game. So they got a hell of a win. They earned it. They deserve it. And we're thrilled with it.
Spurs will now hit the road to play at the Pelicans Tuesday night at 7. It's all about survive and advance in March Madness, and that's what 2-seed Texas did last night versus number 10 Penn State, as the Horns had to rally to win 71-66 in the Midwest region. Penn State took a 3-point lead with 4:50 to go, and that's when Horns forward Dylan Disu took over, scoring 6 straight points and 10 of his game-high 28 in that final 4 minutes and 50 seconds.
It means a lot. I mean, everyone has dreams of showing up in March Madness, but I couldn't do it without my teammates. I mean, they were finding me, hitting me. A lot of my shots, I took one dribble on, so that means my teammates had to find me first. So credit to them, and credit to the coaching staff for putting me in positions to score tonight.
Number 2, Texas will face number 3, Xavier in the Sweet 16 this Friday. Time to be determined. Also in the Midwest region, number 1, Houston had to rally big time to beat number 9, Auburn, 81-64 Saturday. The Tigers led at halftime 41-31 before the Cougs dominated the second half 50-23. Houston star guard Marcus Sasser, who's dealing with a sore groin, played through the pain and scored 22 points in 31 minutes. Tremont Mark led Houston with a career-high 26, and Houston will face the winner of Indiana or Miami in the Sweet 16, and those two will play later tonight.
Shaylee scored her 2,000th career point tonight in college, and Taylor scored her 1,000th career point tonight. So there's over 3,000 points sitting here next to me between the two of them.
That's pretty cool. Shaylee Gonzalez scored 20 points and Taylor Jones 16 to lead number 4 Texas past number 13 East Carolina 79-40 last night. Texas will play number 5 Louisville tomorrow night at 6.
Wow, we were really bad in the first quarter and really good after that. You know, I think they came out punching.
Alabama beat up Baylor in the first quarter, outscoring them 22-4 yesterday, but number 7 Baylor fought back to beat number 10 Bama 78-74. Baylor will face number 2 seed UConn in the second round tomorrow night. And we end with Arkansas head coach Eric Musselman ripping off his shirt and celebrating on the scorer's table after his number 8 Arkansas Razorbacks beat 1 seed and defending champion Kansas 72-71 in the second round of play yesterday. Talk about going hog wild, and for some reason, guys, I could really see Tim Gerber doing that.
Dad bod. People today, and they were criticizing him, saying he took too much away from the team and he made it about himself. I say go for it. Rock the dad bod.
No kidding. Good for him. All right.
Didn't break anything like some of the other coaches. We'll be right back.